Hi, I'm Jada McBride, and I'm the athletic director here at Hawk High School, and today we're going to be talking about sportsmanship. So, first thing I kind of wanted to go over is just talking about sportsmanship and what it is. Sportsmanship is defined as ethical, appropriate, polite, and fair behavior while participating in a game or athletic event. Good sportsmanship, for me, some examples would be being respectful towards others, being positive even after a loss, and honoring the rules and regulations that are set for the sport in which the athlete is playing. Bad sportsmanship is disrespectful behavior towards others, trash talk, physical harm, things like that. Hanging your head or becoming angry after a loss is not good sportsmanship, and then profanity also falls under the category of bad sportsmanship. Who your actions reflect, not only do your actions reflect you as an athlete, but they also reflect on your parents, coaches, your school as a whole, and also the community. So here at Hawk High, we've adapted a program called SOAR Sportsmanship. The SOAR program is the program Hawk High School has adopted to educate student athletes, parents, faculty, and staff about the importance of good sportsmanship. Just to go over what SOAR stands for, the first one is supporting others. The O is optimistic. The A is active involvement, and the R is respect. So, supporting others, examples of how you would do this involving sportsmanship would be leading by example. So, not only should your captains on your team be the ones leading by example, but every single person involved with the program should be able to exemplify good sportsmanship and show others what they should be doing. Parents, that goes for you too. Coaches, same thing goes for them. And then the other thing, strictly for the athletes, would be holding their teammates accountable, making sure that they are always supporting their other teammates. If they see examples of bad sportsmanship, that they're stepping up and saying something to them and trying to make sure that they are practicing good sportsmanship as much as possible. The O is optimistic. So for this, we just want to make sure that all of our student athletes are having a positive attitude, whether they're on the court, on the field, even in the classroom. Being a good sport entails positivity. So not hanging our head after a loss, like I said earlier, not getting mad because they're not having playing time, not saying inappropriate things to other team members on opposing teams just because it's a rivalry, things like that. Remaining calm after losses, knowing that just because they lost, that there are more games to look forward to, reflecting on the positive of the season. And then the last thing would be staying humble towards the future. So if we did lose, okay, we'll get the next game. If we won, not rubbing it in the other team's face, just being very open-minded and basically overall positive and optimistic. The A stands for active involvement. Big part of sportsmanship is making sure that you're supporting the other teams. So if you have practices or games or other priorities, you're obviously not going to make it to every game, but making an effort to make it to, if you are a football player, making it out to a volleyball game, a basketball game, a baseball game, showing your support for your fellow student athletes and just for the school and the community overall. And then always staying focused on the game or event. So if you're at a track meet or a basketball game or a baseball game and you're an athlete and you're not playing, staying focused in and knowing what's going on around you. That way, in case something does happen, or if you see something that's unsportsmanlike, you're prepared to step in and hold those teammates accountable and let them know, hey, that's not what we're about, that's not what our school stands for. Just telling them that this is probably what we should do in this situation, and being positive and trying to talk to them about being good sports. Lastly, in the program, we have respect. Big part of respect is just communicating in the proper way. So making sure that it's always positive, like I said, especially towards other teams, other athletes from other schools, and also towards your own teammates, making sure that you're not getting rough at practice, you're not using profanity or saying things that you shouldn't be saying towards a teammate or another athlete. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. So if you don't want to be pushed around in a basketball game and intentionally fouled, then you probably shouldn't do that to somebody else. If you're big on shaking hands before and after games and looking them in the eye saying good luck and good game, make sure that you're doing the exact same thing. And then lastly, professionalism with other players, parents, officials, and fans. Just making sure that you're following all the rules. Fans can get rowdy, other parents can get rowdy, but just make sure that you're staying engaged in the game and you're focused on what you're there to do. And parents, making sure you're staying professional, not speaking about other teams' children, not speaking to other parents and other fans in a disrespectful way. Just making sure you are also treating them the way that you would want to be treated as a fan of your kids at your kids' game. Specifically, parent roles. We want to work to develop a positive fan atmosphere. So what that would kind of look like is just reinforcement for your athletes. So cheering, disengaging in negative team talk. So if another parent of an athlete wants to talk negatively about the team, making sure you're saying, hey, it's not the time and place for that. I'm here to enjoy the game. And also a multitude of other things. Show respect towards the athletes, fellow fans, coaches, and officials. So as I kind of touched on earlier, just making sure that you are not saying anything towards an athlete, especially as a parent, anything negative. It's okay to cheer, yell for them if they make a really good play, if they get a record time, something like that. Just making sure you're not telling another athlete or taunting them from the stands. Not starting fights in the stands as a fan. Staying positive, keeping to yourself, cheering for the team, not yelling at the coaches for not playing your son or daughter, or your friend of a friend, or yelling at the coach on another team for maybe they got out of hand, and then also not questioning the officials' decisions. Not everyone's perfect, and they're just there to do their job, so we want to make sure that we pay them the utmost respect as well. And then practicing good sportsmanship at home. This will just carry over onto your athletes. So if you're at home trash talking one of your child's fellow teammates, then they're probably going to go to the locker room and do the same. So just being aware of what you say and how you say things impact your athlete, and how home carries over into the classroom, into the gym, into other gyms, pretty much anywhere they go. So an overview of the SOAR Sportsmanship program. Basically, sportsmanship is about being honest and fair, following the rules, and holding everyone involved accountable to a high standard. So at Hawkeye, we want to make sure that everyone is held to a high standard, that we're remaining positive, and we're showing that we as a school and a community practice good sportsmanship. That's really all I have involving sportsmanship. If you have any questions, you can contact me. I'm looking forward to soaring far in sportsmanship with you as fellow Hawks.